All right, so this will be a demo of the Mirador at Stanford application that we've been working on. As you can see that on our homepage, we have a very nice video image behind showing Mirador in use, have our brand and everything set. At the moment, we still need to fill in the content for some of the static pages, but the exciting parts, if you go to collections, a collection is going to be a set of manifests that can be added, which you can then create different Mirador instances on. You can create a new collection, give it any sort of name you want. You can give it a description. Right now, we just have a very basic show view that will list the manifests that you have as well as the workspaces. We'll go ahead and populate some of this. So if you go to edit, this will give you access to be able to edit the name and the description of the collection, but it also gives you access to add manifest just by URL right now. So if we take a manifest, you can drop that in, and you can see it showing up right away. We're going to add two just for purposes of demonstration later. So once we have those manifests, if we go back to the show view, we'll be able to create a new workspace. A workspace is a Mirador instance. It can also have a name and a description. And when you create it, then you'll be taken to initially the load manifest screen so that you have easy access to all the manifests that are available in that collection. We'll go ahead and select one of these. You can see the Mirador loads it up just fine. We'll go ahead and add a slot to the right. Load up our other manifest. One thing that you may notice about this is that we've added a save state implementation. So you can see a small save button up in the Mirador instance. If we click save, that will take the entire state of the Mirador instance and save it to the database in the Rails app. And if we refresh it, sometimes you have to refresh a couple of times. Try this again. It was working just a few minutes ago. There we go. So you can see that on refresh, we get back our exact layout with our exact manifests, which are open. So it's saving the entire state of that Mirador instance. Now that we have a workspace, if we go back to our collections view, you can see that we have a little bit of shading to be able to sort of offset which the collections are. And if you now look at the collection, you can actually see the workspaces that are attached to that collection so far. Right now, we're just putting in a placeholder image, but we're going to look into taking screenshots of the actual workspace in the future. You do as well have direct access to the workspaces by clicking on workspace, and that'll give you a full view on all of the workspaces that are available to you in your collection or in your in the app for your project for your user. The only things to see would be we do have a few shortcuts here on the collections view. You can actually just from this page by clicking the plus create a new workspace from the collection or get direct access to the edit view or go ahead and delete that collection. All right.
So this is a bare bones Spotlight install running locally on my machine. What I've done is I've installed locally a gem that we will probably be publishing a 001 version of today. So it's the gem is Spotlight Mirador, and what it allows us to do is to easily make Mirador the default viewer for Spotlight application. So in my exhibit, I only have one document here. This is an image that I've uploaded directly to the Spotlight interface. And now, as opposed to the default OpenSeaDragon viewer, what we're getting instead is a very bare bones, kind of almost Zen mode Mirador viewer. We have kept a couple of things in, like the bottom panel, just in case somebody has pulled in a IIIF resource that does have multiple images, they'd be able to view that properly. But for the most part, we've removed other things like annotation tools and image manipulation tools. We have created an issue in our repository for this code base about maybe making those configurable, but right now, just as kind of an alpha release, we want to just get something that would allow people to start getting packaging up Mirador and allow them to configure it to be their application's viewer. So we'll probably talk about how this will move forward being implemented at Stanford, but at least the software is out there now for people to play with.
So this is a demo of the added bibliography service in Stanford's Spotlight application exhibits. So this page here is the service configuration screen in Spotlight or in exhibits. And this allows a exhibit administrator to add an item bibliography service that uses the Zotero API to provide bibliography entries on an items page. So the section heading is configurable here. It allows you to configure the service with the Zotero ID, which is provided by Zotero, and then specify whether or not a Zotero ID is for a group or for a user. And then there's a button, Synchronize with Zotero, that kicks off this job to harvest all the Zotero API library bibliography entries. So we ran this earlier, and this job takes actually a few hours to run, depending on how large the bibliography is and how many items are in the exhibit. But we ran this on exhibit stage for the Parker library content. So here's an example of this. And so for each item that has a bibliography entry, that bibliography now shows up on the Parker item page here. It's formatted as a list for easy copying and pasting. And we can see we're actually using the formatted HTML from Zotero. So we have like the titles that are italicized already, and there's some additional hanging indents formatted properly there. So we can go through the entire results list here and see all the different ones, all the different bibliography elements here. They're quite extensive, some of these, and so that's why it takes such a long time. But yeah, that's bibliography in our Parker library.